What's up, guys? Welcome to vlog episode 20. My name is Jordan Anderson, and on this episode, we're checking out the monopod. I was gonna add like a special effect here, but that work? So let's get to today's episode. Today we're gonna cover the monopod, the one-legged tripod. So this is a Manfrotto monopod. I've modified it. I got a little anyway. So the monopod is a one-legged tripod pretty much. That's why they call it a monopod, one pod foot. So let's talk about how to use the monopod. It's actually very useful. I use it all the time for weddings. Instead of having to set up 3 different legs, you're here, you're level, you got the fluid head on top, and it's good to go. Like, it's super fast, super quick. There's no setup time. I would recommend that you get a monopod with 3 legs at the bottom. And it comes like a little base here. But the cool part about it is that it's got a little ball bearing here, so you can kind of swivel around. There are some models that come with fluid heads. I got my own fluid head because I wanted to be able to take this off and put it on the slider. That way I got a little versatility with it. But you can buy just sort of like the standard monopod like this with just the simple plate. I think this one can go up to almost 7 feet, where I'm just, I've done before where I'm just, way up high. You can be like above a crowd if you want to. Kind of like crane it over people if you even want to go that way.
Don't use it as a selfie stick.
But yeah, it's great. I love this one. Very useful. A big factor to remember for these kind of things is 3 points of contact. Shoulder rig, a tripod, 3 points of contact. For this one, the 3 points of contact is the monopod on the ground, your left hand or right hand, your non-dominant hand, on the monopod itself, your hand on the pan handle. So now you have 3 points of contact here. Whereas just if you have just one hand, you may not be completely stable. It's always good to have multiple points of contact so you can get that nice smooth shot. With this monopod, since it has that ball bearing and tripod base, if you get it level enough, you're almost able to just kind of slowly pan like so. You don't even really have to touch the pan handle for this one. You just kind of keep it nice and even. Let's talk about when is the right time to use the monopod. The best answer I can give is when there's a lack of space and when there's a lack of time. So if you don't have the space, if you're in tight quarters, if you're in a dressing room, if you're in just a real tight place where you just need to get by fast, having a big tripod is going to encumber you, it's going to slow you down as a filmmaker, and you may miss that shot. Also, time. So if you also don't have time to set up a tripod, if you don't have time to spread out the legs, get the height adjusted, get the ball balanced, then the monopod is the best way. So if you just need a stable shot, ready to go, here we go, and action. It takes seconds. A lot can happen, so it's always critical that you catch the moments when they're there. To have to set up the tripod, balance it, get your frame right, that's a good 5 to 10 seconds and you could have missed it. Cutting the cake takes 3 seconds. The first kiss takes 2 seconds. So let's take this monopod out to the field. Let's show you guys how to use it exactly when I say, from setup to execution. Okay guys, so we're out here in the field. We're gonna do a few demos with the monopod to show you guys exactly how it works. So like I said in the studio, it's a simple setup. The monopod is a really simple setup. If you ever just need to adjust your height, you just hit the levels, hit the latches right here, and you're good to go. You can go way high, get it down to the level where you can see it, loosen up your tilt, and you're good to go. So the first shot that you can do is called a Steadicam shot. How a Steadicam mostly works is that it's the use of a counterweight on the bottom. So a monopod makes for a great counterweight. There's plenty of weight at the bottom. So what you would do is you would probably collapse the monopod entirely. You're gonna take your non-dominant hand and you're gonna loosely hold the top of the monopod. Just kind of let the monopod just kind of dangle in your hands, not a firm grip, because the object of the Steadicam is to remove your footstep. So if it's firmly attached to your arm, then it's going to be attached to your body, and it's going to get that bouncing effect. So very loose in the hands, And then you're gonna take your dominant hand and make little micro adjustments here. You're not gonna hold it on tight again. You wanna just be as separated from the monopod as possible. So just like make little micro adjustments if you need to turn, if you need to push it forward, backwards, anything like that. And finally, the body movements that you need to make. If you've ever been in marching band, you'll know to walk heel to toe to keep a very smooth and fluid motion all the way through. So I'll show you guys how to do that. So the second shot that we'll do is called the dolly shot. I use this all the time during weddings, especially if I want to kind of zoom in on that bouquet of flowers without actually zooming in with my lens. And what you're going to do, it's all about using the motion of the ball bearing on the base right here. So you're able to kind of swivel it forward, back and forth. And then it's also the coordination of keeping the camera level. So you're gonna move the entire monopod forward while also keeping the camera level by adjusting the tilt. So it's gonna be very, and a good tip to have is you wanna kind of move with the monopod. You don't wanna just kind of you don't just wanna stand back and then just kind of, you know, stick it away from your body. You wanna actually go with the monopod with the dolly shot. So all you gotta do is just keep it level. On a wedding shoot and you got a little bit of time, especially with the bouquet of flowers, you can just practice all you want. So the third shot is called the tripod shot. So like I mentioned earlier, you want to have as many points of contact with the monopod as possible. The tripod shot, what it does is it adds a fourth point of contact, so both your hands, the floor, and then now you're going to include an object, whether it's a piece of furniture, a tree, something sturdy and solid, so that you're going to be able to get a really super still, steady shot. So if your tripod broke and all you have is a monopod, what you can do is lean up against a solid piece of furniture or anything like that, and you're going to get a nice still shot. So those are the 3 trick shots you can do with the monopod, and we'll take it back to the studio. Would I recommend this for a narrative? Probably not. I mean, in a narrative, you have a lot of time to set up these shots usually. If a tripod is available, or, you know, if your location calls for it, I would definitely go with the tripod over the monopod. The monopod can give you a certain look that you're trying to go for, but if you're trying to just use a monopod in substitution for a tripod, then I think you need to rethink your location scouts, or you need to rethink your pre-production issues. So that about covers it, you guys. That's the tutorial on how to use the monopod. If you want to know a little bit more on how to use the monopod, you can check out our blog post about it, or you can even send us a question on Twitter. Thank you guys for watching. It means a lot if you leave a comment, like us, dislike us. Any help is appreciated with these vlogs, but also criticism is always welcome. The next tutorial we're going to tackle is the slider, so be sure to check out that vlog coming up in the next few weeks. My name is Jordan Anderson. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.